Hello everybody, welcome to the ILG. We're in a game with Nexus Killers versus Mystique right now. We're gonna see
It's
a
Nexus
Malphite ban.
Destroyers, buddy.
Oh, Nexus, just not Killers. That's Deadly Killer. I'm sorry. Nexus Destroyers, they banned out Malphite and Corky, while Mystique just banned out Thresh.
And Rammus, which makes sense because they have the best Rammus C.
Exactly. Best Rammus C. Of course, going for that name target advance. Right now, you're being joined by Wasi Thing and Legendary Fairy, or Flary. How do you pronounce the W in the middle of your name?
Well, I guess I should straighten this out now. That was supposed to be wait for it, but no one gets it, so now I'm a fairy.
Oh, that's why the F and the I are capital, so it's Legend Wait For It Fairy.
No, it's not fairy. But yeah, fine. For the sake of convenience, I am fairy now.
So you're Fairy. Legend Wait For It Fairy. Okay. So you got Legend Wait For It Fairy, and we're gonna see Nexus Destroyers, not Killers, ban out Rek'Sai, and we're gonna see Mystique with the Vayne ban. Now we're gonna see Death S4W's first pick, and it's gonna be a Morgana. It's the Morgana.
Very good pick.
Very good pick. Lots of defense coming in, lots of poke, and we're gonna see Aurora and I am Z pick up their champions. I am Z. You say it together. No, the I is too far away from the other letters. I think it's I am Z. You gotta
probably a
change the note.
fan.
I don't even know. We're gonna see Aurora. I'm gonna see I am Z. He's gonna be help.
I'm pretty sure she's the support.
Probably, and we're gonna see an Ezreal being hovered over by I am Z.
Well, it's not Lee. That would just be L.
I am Z.
Let's just.
And we're gonna see the bot lane being picked. It's a Lucian and a Nami being picked up by Aurora and I am Z. This is actually a fun name to say. Alright, now we're gonna see best. Now we're gonna see best Rammus in Southeast Asia. Not pick Rammus because he's been banned out. We're gonna see Ultimate Target hovering over his champions too soon. What picks do you think we're gonna get?
Well, I'm going to assume that Ultimate Target is jungling because I think that is what he did when we played against them. But let's see, because you'd assume Rammus to be the jungle. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, the Jarvan is locked in.
We're gonna see Beast, Rammus, Southeast Asia take Jarvan instead, and we're gonna see Ultimate Target hovering over that Jace.
I think this is the first time we're seeing a Jace in this tournament.
Really? Because there should have been a lot more Jaces, because Jace is a very strong champion in the meta right now, and that is gonna be a Jace lock-in right now. We're seeing a pretty beefcakey team coming up from Nexus Destroyers. Sorry, that Morgana though, but you know, Jarvan and Jace.
The Irelia.
Oh, the not Irelia, and other champions being hovered over.
Well, I'll have you know, Colossus is arguably one of the best top laners in India.
Ooh, so we're seeing a very top level player here right now. Looking over that Zed, and he's right now showing over his mana pool. Look, I can play this. I can play this. I can play this.
He's also not able to make up his mind, clearly.
Exactly, hovering over that Vladimir, Jax, and Gnar, Garen. He's probably joking when he's around that Garen though. But right now he's going to stay pretty. Hey.
No joke.
I will let NSYNC decide for that. And we're gonna see a Pantheon being locked in as well. Is that the mid lane?
Is this a top lane Pantheon? No,
or it's a top lane Rengar.
No, it's a jungle Rengar.
It's a jungle Rengar and a top lane Vladimir is what I'm hoping. Now we're gonna see the mid lane picks.
Vlad versus Jace.
That Vlad versus Jace, let me think. It's actually gonna be pretty easy for Vladimir because whatever Jace dishes out, Vladimir can actually counteract that with a lot more, with a lot of defense. But the one thing is, Jace could potentially burst Vladimir out, but that is if he completely outskills Vladimir.
It also depends, yeah, like.
If they're completely. If they're completely in tune, like if they're completely similar in skill, No, Vladimir's gonna win that matchup easy though. It's really down to how well Jace plays against Vladimir, how well he manages to sustain himself. And right now
And
we're
we
gonna
see
see
the Syndra, who is
we're probably gonna see the
and a
Syndra pick,
similar
and that is
login.
locked in. I called it right before the lock on, so I am a master. Now right now we're gonna see tons of damage picking up his last champion. It's gonna be a mid laner. I'm pretty sure of it. It can't be a top
Well,
laner because
that
no one plays
double
Vladimir
spell
top
shield
mid.
bot lane though.
Exactly, double spell sheet bot lane. They really do not want to see that. They don't want to see Nami being any of a threat. They don't want to see those bubbles. They don't want to see all the damage Lucian can thresh out, which he probably would be able to anyway, since he's a Lucian.
Well, I think Sivir's not that bad in the burst department, and with a Morgana, they can deal quite a lot of damage.
They actually do deal a lot of damage. You're correct there. And Sivir's burst has been getting better since season 5. Most AD carries have been having a little bit more free time nowadays.
Also, considering that Lucian, well,
Oh,
I
and
don't
we're
know.
gonna see Froggen take over that Anivia. I mean,
Oh!
tons of damage sticking around with that Anivia. That completely changes the team composition right now.
And
So
it
what
also conveniently counters Syndra's burst. Well, sort of.
sort of like if there's a barrier in the game, but Anivia's gonna go for that ignite. All right, so
Well, she
at
does
least
have her egg, so that kind of helps a bit.
I guess. I guess. All right, so right now we're looking at the teams. We see a Anivia, Vladimir, Rengar, Lucian, and Nami coming in from Team Mystique, while Nexus not killers, Nexus destroyers. They're going around with the Sandra, Sivir, Jace, not Rammus and Jarvan, and Morgana. So what do you think of Nexus Destroyers team composition?
I
Buddy
think
left your channel.
it's a pretty standard team comp. Like they've got a reliable mid laner, a reliable top laner, a reliable jungler, a reliable support, and a not so conventional AD carry, but also reliable.
That's a very generic description of the teams. Come
Well,
on, you
when
can
it
do
comes
better.
to
You
working
can do
together,
better.
there's not really much of a combo thing going here. It's more
There
like
actually isn't much of a combo thing going here. The only thing I can look at right now is Syndra stunning in almost the entire team and then having Jarvan come in for the ultimate while Jace blows them up together. And since all of them have a pretty long range poke, it's a very
yeah, there
poke
is
based
a
team
poke thing
composition.
going on.
Um, Syndra's stun could lead to a lot of poke coming in from Jason Savior. So when it comes to all those mid lane pushes, it's going to be very easy for Team Nexus Destroyers. While we're going to see Team Mystique really struggling with the wave clear, even though they have Anivia. When Anivia's not in the game, they're going to have a lot of trouble trying to clear the lane, especially
And
with
as you pointed out, we see
Vladimir
the
and
barrier
Rengar.
coming from Anivia.
Ooh, I called it. I called it. Try to stop the burst from the assassin Syndra. Anivia needs to take that barrier so he can mitigate a lot of the burst. Once the ult comes in, the barrier needs to be used to make sure that they don't pop the ult. They don't pop the egg, or the egg doesn't pop out. I don't know how to say it.
Well, I think both cases were correct. Sort of.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's just leave it at that.
Could you use the egg? Well, could you use barrier while you're in the egg form? Yeah, you can.
I'm not sure.
No, actually, you can. Froggen did this one thing in the LCS where he took teleport with Anivia, and every time he reached egg mode, he would teleport somewhere else.
Okay, that's crazy and pretty smart, and we should all try that out now.
Yeah, I know, right? Like Froggen did that ages ago. So cool, that man. I love Froggen. Really excited to see Anivia too.
Big
I
fan,
hope we see a
big
really
fan.
cool Anivia
I
play.
am really excited to see Anivia. I hope that we see some good Anivia plays.
I'm also looking for some really good Sivir, and I really hope Vladimir doesn't really play good at all because I have a personal hatred towards Vladimir. I never have a fun time laning against a Vladimir. I think his pool is like the most annoying thing I've ever seen.
I recall like a forum post by a certain Riot admin or whatever saying that like he was naming a few champions and saying like these are the most toxic champions in the game because they're kind of broken in their kits, and I'm pretty sure Vlad was one of them along with Evelyn and Timo and most other champs that don't have mana.
Like Garen?
Well, I guess so. He is kind of broken.
Well, I wouldn't say Garen is broken. Garen can be easily defeated with the proper team composition, but if you're playing in normals and you're not prepared for a Garen, it's the most annoying thing in the metagame.
Hey, wake up.
Imagine
Well,
if you're
let's
up against a
let's
Garen and you're playing like a very safe champion for funsies.
let's not talk about Garen since he's not in this game.
Alright, so Legend Wait for it Fairy, the game's about to
User
begin.
was moved to your
It's
channel.
Nexus Destroyers versus Team Mystique. A lot of platinum borders coming in.
And those
From
two
Team Mystique.
golds.
And those 2 goals. Wow, this is a very bright loading screen that we're looking at here, guys, right now. Alright, so Legend Wait for it Flurry. Tell me something that you're looking at right now, the team composition coming from the Team Mystique. They have a pretty unique team composition going on with the Anivia, the Rengar, the Vlad, Lucian, and Nami. So give me some input on that.
Well, Nami will kind of have like the bot lane will have a difficult laning phase in the sense of engages, because Nami, like if the shields are well timed, they won't be able to really have much of a fight going on there. But Morgana and Sivir will be able to engage if Morgana can land those snares and Sivir can poke with her Q.
Right.
There's a chance for that safe poke, so they can keep them off. Like the harass will be there. In the jungle, meanwhile, I think Jarvan is kind of better off to level 6 anyways.
Alright, so guys, here I am, the red one. I'll be joining in the casting team as well. Hey guys, what up?
Hey, what's up?
Hello, Red One. Hello, Red One. You're going to play. I'm going to be the Martin Tyler of this game. He will be Anti Gray. You can be D'Souza. Okay, Red One. So.
Alright, so. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought we were both gonna say something at the same time, but then we both just couldn't use in the right moment. Alright, so right now, the games have begun. All the champions are gonna make their way into the rift. The game's about to begin. I want Red One to give me some statistic on that Vladimir Jace laning that's gonna happen right now. Sharik, fill us in.
Alright, so Jace is up against an Anivia in lane, but he can actually sustain himself well, better than Anivia.
Jace is up against
Oh
Vladimir.
well, Jace is top. Oh, sorry about that. Jace has actually played so much Anivia
Thank you
that
for
I
your
actually
expert
automatically
analysis, the Red One.
Alright, so Jace is actually up against Vlad, and Vlad can sustain better against Jace because Jace actually runs out of mana if he tries to harass Vlad too much with his spells. And Vlad is just manaless because he can just Q and heal himself up, build stacks of his E, Q again to, compensate for the missing health. And what Jace has to do is that if he rushes an early tier...
Ooh, and we see a Q being landed in from Morgana, hits Vladimir. That's first hit of the game.
No, that's 2 for 2. She already landed the first snare on her.
Oh wow, there's been another one? Why didn't anyone cast that? I was too busy listening to the Red One.
Buddy joined your channel.
Speaking of which, Red One, continue.
I don't know if it's just you guys, but I think I'm a bit ahead of all of you. Like, I don't know why.
What time are you on?
Actually, yes, he is.
148, 150.
Wow.
It's not letting me go to the.
Actually, it's like we're live and it's 1:35.
Press back.
I'm at 140. I'm 143.
Yeah, I'm at 43, 44. I'm
45.
with Bossy and like
Alright,
locations
we're
behind
at
us.
147, right?
Yeah, and I just disconnected from the League of Legends client. Spectator mode has been harder recently.
Alright,
so
Rengar's starting at Grom, and so did Jarvan. I think people are getting used to that new jungle meta.
finally, people are not leashing from the reds and blues. It doesn't really work out that well.
Oh, and another snare landed by Morgana in the bot lane. That
Nothing coming, not too much coming out of it, just a little bit of trading going on. But I guess blue team has the edge now in bot lane because they have the higher CS and they're pushing up to the tower.
Now, and the invade going on, like blue team.
Yeah, there's an invade going on. Jace is at level 1 and actually trying to steal away the red buff from Rengar, which is a genius idea since Rengar is actually really slow in the jungle. Like, you see that.
And not
takes
only
so
does
much time
that
to
take away
clear
his
the
red
blue
buff,
buff,
that takes away his smite to heal him up, so he will have to go back.
Yeah, he will, and his route is a bit unorthodox, if I may say so for myself. I guess he wants to do level 3 and then back off and then go do red buff
Yeah,
again, but
going
he
back, and
will
he's
go.
gonna realize it's not
But
there.
he's gonna go back and see that red buff's been already taken. He's gonna go back, and then he's gonna go gank some lanes as a sad kitty.
Such a
We
very,
see
very sad,
Vladimir
sad
has
kitty.
pushed up to the turret, taking advantage of a missing Jace.
But still, that's only a 5 CS deficit, which Jace can pretty much close on if he gets the advantage in lane due to a J4 gank, which is coming up right now. J4 makes his way towards
Ooh,
the top
J4
lane.
makes his way up on the top lane.
Pool
Yeah,
has
the
been
pool's been
prematurely
initiated, but this is gonna be a death coming in from Vladimir. Jace, however, comes to come in when it's and the first blood goes to Vladimir, turns it around, and Vladimir takes the first blood. But Jarvan takes a return kill on Lucian. Morgana lands another stand. A lot of harass coming up from bottom lane. But the real story is how Vladimir took the first kill.
Well, I guess Vladimir shouldn't have gotten that first kill. J4 was way too hesitant in landing his EQ, and that's why, you know, Vlad got the opportunity to deal so much damage onto the Jace. Also, the fact that Jace actually walked towards the enemy minions and took way too much damage from the minions as well. That also helped Vlad in securing the first blood, so they should have gotten the kill on the Vlad, but Jace shouldn't have died.
A little bit of cold feet, and then you give out first blood to Vladimir. That's been the story of life.
Quick flash over the Q though, that was very well played.
Exactly, and
There
you can
was-
see a stun
there was-
coming in from Syndra and another gank. It's gonna be a kill right here, and Rengar takes it.
Yeah, that was real. That was a really nice gank from, you know,
That was a
the red team,
textbook proper gank.
synergizing well with Anivia's stun and then Rengar landing the snare. That was very good usage of his fury right there.
Followed up quickly by the snare.
Exactly, very proper, very textbook jungling coming from Rengar right now.
And I take
wait.
it back, like, I was gonna say that Rengar would have trouble ganking till the 6, but that was pretty... Oh, and Jarvan...
Oh, and we're gonna see
Dodge,
Jarvan
and
coming in from the
dodge,
gank again. A little bit of harass coming in. We saw a flash coming out from Nami, but...
And the poke, I think...
Oh,
Now
we did see a
Rengar's
flash
gonna come
coming
in for a
We did see
counter
flash
gank. He
coming
does
in.
get spotted by
Now
a ward.
counter ganks coming in. We see a lot of vision
That
coming
push
up
is
from
warded,
Rengar.
so they know Jarvan is there.
They actually might
Exactly,
want to
and the
engage on the
bubble
Jarvan. Jarvan backs off just in time to dodge the bubble.
Alright, so now let's look
But
at
what
the
do you
levels.
think about that trade? If that fight were to happen, who do you think would have won?
If that fight were to
Um,
happen, I guess blue team would have won because Nami was already low on mana. The only
And
thing that
almost
she
no
could have
health.
yeah, almost no health. The only thing that she could have done was land only one bubble, and that even that had no guarantee of landing. So I guess they would have been short on spells, while Morgana would have used the Black Shield and the Binding and the Tormented Soil, or whatever you call that. And you know that would have
Tormented
pretty
Soil.
much, you know, yeah, Tormented Soil's alright. Yeah, I know my names. So the thing is that blue team would have been at a proper advantage right there, but I guess Rengar could have, you know, used his Rengar ferocity mechanics and maybe, you know, could have pulled something out of, you know, an outplay or something to turn it around in their
And we
favor.
see
Now
Jarvan
we do-
coming in for another
Oh,
gank on
the gank
Anivia.
coming in.
And the stun
I
comes
think
in.
we
This is
are
gonna be
see
the
a
pop.
deck, yes.
We're gonna see a pop
Oh,
to
and it's
Nivea.
gonna die
This is
too.
gonna be
Yeah,
the kill
Nivea-
though.
Nivea's
This is
gonna
gonna
be
be the
dead,
kill.
yeah.
And
Yeah, this will
Jarvan
be
takes
the
the
kill.
kill away from Syndra in spite of the ignite.
Well, I guess he just wanted to kill the Nivea as quick as possible before she, you know, like, resurrected or something.
True, and we're gonna see the warrior the Stalker's Blade coming from both the teams. Lots of harass coming up from Syndra onto Rengar. If she lands a full combo, that could actually mean the end for Rengar.
I
Yeah, it
actually
can,
didn't want
but-
to point this out because it might taboo it, but like, I think this is the first game I've casted where they haven't started with a pause timer.
That's actually true. Alright, so now
Pretty
we're
much
gonna see
Jace
harass
is
coming in
actually-
and a
Oh,
gank
and the
coming in
gank
from
coming in.
Vladimir. Is Vladimir gonna take another kill?
Oh,
EQ dodged by the
Jace
EQ
is
dodged by
very
the
low right
pool.
now.
However,
I
he is,
think
that
might
is
have landed.
his kill.
And
Syndra
that
coming all the way
puts
top,
Jarvan on a
getting an
killing
assist.
spree. Best Rammus Southeast Asia. Going crazy right now in the game with 3 early kills. He's dominating the
Yeah.
jungle.
Yeah, he's pretty much, you know, picked his jungle paths and gank routes pretty much perfectly and throughout this game. And 7 minutes with 3 kills, that's pretty much a dream for any jungler I know. So he's gonna go back home a really happy.
Probably
Jarvan
gonna
with
build
like
some damage on
1400
his way back.
He's gonna get a brutalizer, I guess, 1400 gold. or maybe some tankiness to, you know, like dive towers more efficiently or something. That's
Ooh,
what
and we're gonna see most of the workings of a brutalizer and the boots of mobility.
That Anivia damage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we're gonna see a lot of mobility coming in from Jarvan. Really wants to go and create more ganks and more pressure around the whole map.
Yeah, I guess he will opted for more map pressure instead of the tankiness or the damage because he knows that he's far ahead and even his base damage is really high right now. And the red team is actually a bit too far behind compared to him to actually kill him and his innate tankiness.
And an engage coming in, a teleport, Rengar, all sorts of ganks coming in. This is gonna be a death. They're definitely gonna go for that turret dive. They're definitely gonna go for that turret dive, but no, they back out just in time. That's a teleport. And the Rengar ultimate used for this gank, but no dice. They could easily go for Dragon right now, but I'm pretty sure
Morgana's
they're not
Black
gonna...
Shield pretty much saved Sivir right there, and Sivir could have just easily backed off, but did you guys notice that Sivir actually walked back into the fight before going back? That could have been her demise. However, the Black Shield was not popped quickly enough, so the CC spells didn't land actually. And now a 5-man Dragon Ascent coming out from Red
Mystique going up for a Dragon right now. Is there any chance of it being stolen?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! I called it! I called it! Morgana steals the Dragon with
That
just
was
her
because
Q.
Rengar Smite was actually down from that gank and they could not finish Dragon off quickly.
Was that
And
a
was-
300 damage Q?
I don't think that was a 300 damage Q. It actually deals 213 magic damage. I guess they got it low enough. I guess it got down to 100 HP while Morgana's Q was actually, you know, in flight. So that's how Morgana
That was a
actually does
crazy
enough damage
play and
to steal
very
it.
perfect timing. And that's gonna be... Oh, and Sivir just makes it out with a
Just
tiniest
enough,
amount
and
of
then
health.
the mid lane.
And
You see
the
NPS
stun
being
lands!
being
The
landed.
stun lands!
However,
And the ult! Tons of
from
damage,
Syndra.
gets tons of damage and dies from tons of damage from Syndra.
You just went full freak, man. All I heard was tons of damage and tons of damage and tons of damage.
Exactly. Going full freak is fun. Not only did I went full freak by only talking about tons of damage, I used puns, which is another very freak thing to do. Freaky.
Yes.
Ha! With the P.
Yeah, it's a freaky thing to do, yeah.
A freaky with the P.
Blue team is taking a solid lead here.
Exactly, with 4 kills to 2 and the 1,000
the
gold
Dragon
advantage
Steal.
and the mid lane right now, the Dragon Steal.
Don't forget the Dragon Steel. That's pretty much, you know,
That
gives
puts them
Paramount to
2,000
their
gold
advantage
ahead
right
in the
now.
first 10 minutes of the game. It's a very comfortable lead if you ask me, guys.
It is a comfortable lead, however, you do realize that this is the early game, and there's always the potential of Vlad snowballing out of control after level 9, after he hits his power spike in the top lane. And he's gonna be, you know, like roaming all out with
Exactly.
his teleport,
Right.
and his ult's gonna be, you know, really good with an Anivia ult as well, because it amplifies the damage from his teammates.
Exactly, guys. So, oh, and we see a lot of damage coming up from Olivia right now, but Jarvan comes up just in time to make sure that doesn't turn into a kill. We're gonna see Rengar
But
kinda
he might
all
get
in.
caught up. Rengar is.
And Rengar gets
in
caught
his
up, but
vicinity,
Rengar does
but he
not
wants to
care
go into
about
the
Olivia
Syndra.
right now. Forget your teammate. Go for
Holy
the Syndra and
shit,
get
they
yourself
outplayed
killed, son.
by
And
Syndra, killing the
Olivia,
Rengar.
don't care about anybody. Just get yourself killed, son. From Jace, son. And that's a death, son. The egg pops out. Vladimir takes the revenge kill. But it was a 2
Now
for
in the
3.
bottom lane,
It's a 2
two
for
people are
1.
chasing out Nami. I guess they're not gonna
And she
focus
has
anymore
to
because
burn
Nami
the
has to burn the flash.
All right, guys. I have a request right now, casters. We're reaching the midpoint of the game. So how about we all talk in the voices of our favorite champions? Can we? Oh!
Dodge.
And we're gonna see Vladimir avoiding the damage with his pull, and Morgana does not really have any other Q on.
I need to know, so I'm just gonna ask, is that an Annie?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
shit, man.
that was an Addy.
All right.
Did that scare you
We're gonna
guys?
see top turret going down.
Alright, so we're gonna see Jace
Second
taking over
turret
down
to
the
go
top
down
turret.
and again,
Jarvan
this is-
coming in. That's the last
Team
person you
turret
want to
and
see when you're clearing up a ward.
No red buff.
And the might of Demacia shall prevail as
That's-
Jarvan makes
oh!
his way, misses the Q ungracefully. You are
Is-
very ungraceful, Jarvan. You must be more
Who are
careful
you?
in landing your spell.
Redwood, who are you sounding like?
I'm Jarvan.
Oh, Jarvan.
You like
Then
my
I'll sound,
Demacia! Get
then I'll
down.
sound like Senzao. Is this Senzao enough for you?
You like my
Yarina.
weapon?
You
Ooh.
like my weapon? Come on
Right
over
now we're
for a
looking
closer
at-
inspection.
Right now we're looking at Jace. We're looking at Jace going back to space, and Jarvan taking down the Krugs. Rengar's gonna go and take those Razor things. Raptor things.
The
The Raptors. And bot lane being pushed around by Sivir and Morgana.
And now Jarvan going
Dragon
in,
will be
clearing
up
the
in 20
board like a
minutes.
boss.
Indeed, but he has not seen that red ward right over here.
And we
Unfortunately,
see
that
all
cannot
the
be seen
frontline
without an
turrets
Oracle
for the
lens,
red team
which he
going
And
did
we're
not
going
have.
to see a top lane gank coming in from Anivia and Rengar.
The dodge.
Anivia misses the Q.
Dodge.
He is not aware that there's a Rengar here as well. Lots of poke coming in, very dive, much damage, and that's going to be Rengar going down. Is Jace going to be going down as well? Is this going to lead to Vladimir dying? No.
Yes,
But that
it
is going to
did,
lead to
because
Vladimir going to be
Syndra's
dying.
there.
And
One-on
Syndra
attack to
takes
finish him
over
off.
to kill. That's Syndra on her 4th kill right now. Syndra's going mad.
Syndra is going pretty much,
And
really,
Jarvan's
really
gonna
fed.
come
And
in
now
again.
Jarvan's gonna.
This is
You know,
terrible
this
news.
is a really, really
This is
sad
bad.
kill. You know,
Oh
a
my
slow and
God.
painful
Bad.
death. A really slow and
Mystique is
painful death for
getting
Anivia.
wrecked.
That's
Yeah, they
4
are. And
kills.
the Fed Syndra actually
Jarvan
spells
now.
doom for any. A Fed Syndra actually spells doom for any team because their AD carry is not going to survive more than 2 or 3 seconds,
She's
or their AP
already
carry.
got
They're not
that
going to survive more than 3
EFG.
seconds because of the Syndra burst. And
Exactly,
J4
the
is
only
fed.
way-
So he's going to get
The
really
ol-
tanky and deal a lot of damage as well, like get into the opponent team's face and pretty much tank everything and knock people up. And that's going to synergize well with the Syndra. And meanwhile, in the bot lane, Sivir is actually, you can see that she's actually quite ahead in the CS department. 115 compared to 88 of Lucian.
Exactly,
Yeah,
that is a
having to do
crazy,
with that
huge
bot lane
CS
poke
lead
or
right now.
whatever, keep it
Rengar
off
does
the
have a
field.
CS lead over Jarvan, but that doesn't really mean much compared to 3 extra
15
kills
CS
and
to
2
like,
extra assists.
3 kills.
And 2 extra assists. That's not really a win for Rengar at all. However, you have to admit that Vladimir is having a much better time than Jace right now. However, they're almost equal in gold.
Yeah,
With
you
Vladimir
can see
only
that
4
Jace
gold
is
ahead.
still not doing too
Vlad-
bad.
Vlad's not doing too bad because of, like I said, at level 7 and 9, Vlad actually gets a power spike, which actually increases his, his potence in lane.
Wow.
And
Ooh,
he actually
that was a lot
does
of
a lot
skill.
of
Do
damage.
anything right now.
He deals a lot of damage and sustains himself so much that the opponent laner can't really do anything much against him.
And there's the pink going
And
down.
also, not to mention, it's Colossus playing Vlad there.
Yeah, it is Colossus playing Vlad there, and he's pretty much
Colossus
a
is one of the
really
best
nice-
top players we have right now. And
Yeah, he's one of the best Vlad players I've seen as well.
Ooh, best Vlad players.
One of the best, yeah. No
Ooh,
disrespect
let's
to
see.
the other
I've
Vlad
heard
players.
Colossus being called one of the best of many things.
Yeah, he's so good that he's the best of a lot of things.
He's just the best around. No one's ever gonna bring him down, cause he's the best around.
Now blue team wants to go in for a fight
Oh, they're going
right
in.
now with the
They're going
Morgana
in.
and Syndra. I guess
Syndra's
Syndra wants to
okay.
land a long range stun. The
Oh,
binding barely
oh,
hits
and
him.
this is
EQ goes in, now
there.
he gets knocked
And
out.
are we gonna see some Devasia happening right now?
No, the
And
stun actually
everything
prevents
misses
anything from
except for
like
that Nami
from
ult.
happening.
But as you can see, Red Team wanting nothing to do with that.
They're really focused on the disengage right now. They know that they won't be able to win these mid game fights. Now we're gonna see
Without
Lucian going up
Vlad.
on that bottom lane, and that's just gonna give blue team
Second
more
dragon
reason
to blue
to
team,
start
and
doing
of
dragons.
course, now it's the Red Team's turn to steal it.
They actually know that
Vicinity
Rengar,
zone.
Nami, and Anivia are both at the top side of the red team jungle, so they know that this dragon is pretty much, free for them because they have no fear of retaliation right now. And
Oh, there goes
that's-
this turret. Oh no, it survives.
And turret
that's actually their
survives.
second. Yeah, the tower survives, but not for long as Rengar is making his way into the bush. Jace might get caught out because of the greed that Vlad is low. I might be able to kill him. However, he
I
does not
think
know
we're
that
gonna see a
Rengar is
kill
there.
Ooh.
Oh!
Well, oh my god, they
And
just prematurely.
Rengar does get caught out.
Rengar does get, gets
I
out way
think
too
he
early
was a
and,
little bit too impatient.
yeah, he
And-
gets a little bit too impatient right there. He should have waited for Colossus to bait the Jace out, and then he could have just gotten an easy kill right there. Now
Right now,
Syndra's coming
Syndra's
in to
coming
assist
in
Jace
too.
as
They,
well.
they see that Syndra and they want nothing to do with that. They're all backing off.
They're running away.
Yeah, that's pretty much the wisest thing to do right now, as Syndra can pretty much delete anyone, except for Vlad maybe, in like 2 or 3 seconds. Pings going down from red team, trying to predict where the position of the blue team might be. And there's already a ward in the position where they're pinging right now. Blue team wants to go in for the Vlad. They're pinging down on him. However, they are spotted by two well-placed wards, one in the small bush and one in the river bush, which just ran out right now. And Vlad's gonna just back away because he senses the imminent gank that's incoming. Now, one thing that blue team should... Yeah, they're pretty much playing safe while...
in their own jungle. They're kind of afraid right now.
Yeah, they should be, because blue team has such a commanding lead over them, and if they get caught out right now, they're gonna get stomped because their jungler and the AP carry is fed. Not to mention Sivir is pretty much leading in CS right now. The stun coming in from Syndra, and the binding landing, and the unleashed power is going to finish off Nami. Now, that's pretty much what I was talking about. You're not going to survive 2 or 3 seconds against blue team right now. The way they're going about things, Syndra has a DFG, and a DFG stun burst combo is going to pretty much 100 to 0 you instantly. Meanwhile, Rengar getting caught out by the binding. Is this going to be a kill? Flash burn from him. The flash from Morgana is a bit too premature to follow up with the ultimate. It's a bit too late to follow up with the ultimate now. Sivir might get killed right here. The heal comes out.
Survives. Oh!
Lucian actually picks up the kill, however Syndra is right there to kill Lucian. Here comes Vlad now, gets the kill on Morgana, pulls down. Meanwhile, J4 wreaking havoc right now.
No, I think that's
Jace is also dealing a lot of damage.
Well. And possibly a dead Anivia too.
Yeah, it's going to be a double kill for Jace due to the combined effort of Vlad, due to the combined effort of J4 and Syndra. And now they're going to back off, I guess, because they're way too low to even contest this. And that was a nice fight from both sides, I guess, but Jace came out the better of that, and now he's going to gain an advantage in lane over the Vlad, and, you know, the power spike from Vlad has dwindled pretty much because he has not been able to gain a substantial lead over the Jace with his power spike, and blue team are just going to continue to snowball on and on.
Fortunately for Jace, he can just, you know, ride on the success of his team.
Hey guys, what did I miss?
You missed a lot of action,
team
like
fight,
team fights.
Much action, you missed much.
Is it the one where Vladimir kills Morgana? Because I saw that. That was very nice.
Well, yeah, he did kill Morgana, that is true. But he died too, so, well.
Alright, so we're back into the game. The new scores, after that little bit of team fight happening, is 13 to 7. We're looking at a very, very, very comfortable 4,000 gold lead coming up from Nexus Destroyers. They're really up to
be exact.
Thank you. They're really up to be destroying that Nexus of the enemy team. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that was
they
a very freaky
Nexus.
pun right there.
They should have pretty much just asked for a hard leash on the enemy.
Alright,
Like,
so now we're
they
going to
know
get Nami
their
being
game,
caught out, but he flashes just in time to avoid
Nexus
that
Destroyers,
situation.
they know their game, man. They're like they know what League of Legends is about. It's about destroying the enemy Nexus. So yeah, they've got their things together.
Okay, you leave the
They've got
pun
that
making
number
to the
one goal
pun
in mind,
master,
like, this
Red
is
One.
what you need to do.
Alright, so now we're gonna see a little bit of red pit action coming in. The stun comes onto Syndra and the very, very badly mistimed shield. Of course, that is for a preemptive strike, but since nothing happened,
I guess it
can
doesn't
call
really
out on
matter
it.
right now. Red team is just way too scared to even engage on the blue team right now. So a stun landing from Anivia without the Rengar and the Vlad and the Lucian
Or
at
the
base.
anything, literally.
Exactly.
they are
That
setting
will
up for
mean
Dragon now.
nothing.
Yeah, we're
So I
gonna
guess
see
Morgana
Dragon
can be
being
kept
live in
flat.
1 minute. Blue team really knows their priorities, having their maps on the Dragon side of the jungle, and they know that they're gonna head onto that side, while Red team has no chance of doing Baron right now whatsoever, even though they have warded the entire place.
One thing I really like about blue team is that they've warded pretty much every single jungle entrance of the red team, and they can pretty much see what's going on right now. Red team is not without vision, and Vlad might get
And
caught
an
out.
engage coming up from Syndra, misses up that stun. Is that gonna be the kill? Oh, they both killed each other. Such a beautiful moment with Vladimir and Syndra. I ship this. Do you ship this?
Sure, why not?
I guess killing each other does not mean you should ship them or something. I don't know, man.
Okay,
it's some
okay,
kind of weird,
It's a love-hate relationship.
It's a love-hate relationship, so there
I
is
guess
some
with
shipping happening.
mostly hate, you know, because you know they killed each other with spells and all that.
They're both very spiteful people.
Yeah, so
Indeed they are.
You can see a little
Vlad-
bit of shipping happening there, right, guys? I can see
Well,
it.
we've already established that you're kind of weird, so.
Yeah, true. I don't use my head sometimes.
Yeah, you don't.
Anyway,
Now,
back
the
into
blue
the
team is
action.
going to take their third dragon of the game. Coming from that
This will
fight, they
give
know
them
that
that
Vlad is
boost
down,
speed.
and red team are in no position to contest this as they
Oh!
are only pushing lanes.
Okay, for a second there, I thought Sivir was on the enemy team.
Alright.
Alright, I don't understand what just happened. Sivir used her spell shield, but she still got stunned for some reason.
When did that happen? Where are we right now?
23-13, 23-14, 15.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Oh wait, I'm at 23-16.
Yeah, I'm at 22-20 right now.
20, 21,
Yeah.
22. Yeah, I'm at the same.
Yeah,
I'm
at the same as well.
23-25.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
we're
you're
good.
2 seconds
kinda-
behind, I guess. You're 2 seconds
Okay,
behind. That
then I'm
doesn't matter
coming
much.
live. Then I'm coming live. Oh, so all of us are live right now. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of us are live, yeah. Finally, things
Alright.
happening.
I think
We're in
Sivir
sync.
noticed that too.
Exactly. Alright, so guys, now we're at that
What role
point.
do you main, Red One?
What?
What role do you main?
I actually main jungle.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's been playing a lot of Rek'Sai recently.
No,
What do you think about
I've stopped
Rek'Sai?
playing Rek'Sai after seeing that she's gonna get stupidly nerfed really, really hard in the next PB. In the next patch, of course. Her damage is gonna be lowered on her Q and W, both unburrowed and burrowed. And, you know, some of her spells cooldowns are gonna be increased as well, maybe.
No, but
so
her
that
Q
pretty much is
actually-
gonna rule out Rek'Sai.
But
Rek'Sai
Rek'Sai's
is
Q is
actually
like...
one of those. No, Rek'Sai is actually one of those champions who is useful because of her insane damage. Like her ultimate is extremely situational and very subjective to, you know, how her tunnels are placed and, you know, how the enemy team reacts to the tunnels. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, it's pretty much a useless thing
Oh, a good, nice
other than the
bubble
attack
there,
speed.
forcing a flash.
Exactly, but now we're gonna look at a little bit of 1v1
Jace.
happening. The ult comes out from Vladimir, but that's just only for the disengage. Jace backs out in time, but that does not spell good for the laning phase for Vladimir right now.
No,
See Jarvan coming in,
going to die.
and this is probably going to be Doom and the Zanya, and
Wait,
Jarvan
wait,
with a
he's
little
doing
bit of
stuff.
showboating and dancing around, and the pool comes out again from Vladimir, and that's gonna be
And the
not a
Demacia,
kill.
pretty much.
Jace doesn't even get an
no
assist
assist
for
from
all that.
Jace.
Spell shield coming
Oh
out
my
just in
God.
time, and the bubble in the last second. If that
Is
ult
the
hit,
waterfall going to land? No, it doesn't. Syndra tries to
just
Syndra
dodged
tries to make the enemy team disengage using her spells. However, they do want this mid tower, but the wave clear from Syndra is so potent that they are forced to back away. That was almost death for Morgana, but a well-timed spell shield actually saved her from the stun. And the
Exactly.
you know, the ult from Nami. If it landed, I guess that was a dead Morgana.
exactly, the ult, the wave clear from Syndra and Sivir is much too strong. And right now they're going on over to red side of the jungle. Fence. Oh wow, that was a scuttle crab. Anyway,
Sivir could arguably be the best ADC pusher.
Sivir?
Yeah, with her Q
Yeah.
and W, pretty much, you know, pushes lanes really quickly. And
Look
that's
at
why
her
a lot
pushing
of people,
right now.
A lot of people
And-
actually tend to
and
play
she's got
Sivir.
that ultimate to just run away.
Yeah, that's why a lot
Ooh.
of people actually play Sivir as a split pusher in the late game. Sivir split pushes, and then once, you know, someone comes along, she can just ult and run away.
Like,
That's why
Sivir
the
can just go,
rework Sivir.
"Ah!" and
Yeah,
just run
that's
away.
why the rework Sivir was like so strong when
I
Sivir was
actually
actually reworked.
like the rework. Like before, you had to waste your ultimate. You had to decide: should I push this turret or you save it to run away?
Yeah.
Yeah, now when they reworked it, like in the beginning, it was pretty much overpowered, and everyone was playing Sivir because of how strong she actually was. But Riot
Exactly.
actually tuned down Sivir a bit, and now in the face of Corki, Graves, and Lucian, and a few of other AD carries who are not seeing much play, Sivir actually, you know, pales a bit in comparison. But it all depends upon the player and how potent he is with the champion.
Alright, so now we're gonna see the counter engage coming up from the red team right now. That's Morgana going down, and the Zanya's hourglass coming from Sivir. Rengar is still gonna go ahead for the attack and
I think
not do
Jace is
anything
gonna
about it.
Keep pushing top lane.
That was a nice decision from
Oh, that's
Rengar not to do
it.
anything.
Oh, and that's Syndra going
Oh my
down.
God.
That's Jarvan going down as well. Are these the comebacks? Are the comebacks real? The
That
double,
took
the
forever.
double kill coming up from Anivia, and that's the mid turret going down. Jace nowhere in sight as Vladimir tries to stop that recall as fast as much as possible.
Top. Is Jace gonna... Oh, Jace actually...
Jace needs to teleport right now.
Oh.
Actually, that fight wasn't... Jace actually wants to go in for the Vlad. Meanwhile, red team are tanking down this tower. Jace gets the kill on the Vladimir. Meanwhile, red team getting the second hit. Finding Vladimir on the
kills going
Rengar.
down. And that's the popping up on the Nivea. This is gonna
However,
be...
Sivir does not want to engage as she's really low, and the burst coming down from Anivia takes down Morgana in seconds. This is what Sivir was afraid of, and that's why she did not engage. However, that fight from red team was really nice as Vlad, flash ulted and initiated really quickly onto the blue team, and Morgana was taken down in a mere amount of seconds.
A well-timed spell shield. I think this will be death for Sivir. Oh no, I mean.
No, this won't be death for Sivir because that well-timed spell shield pretty much saved her.
And Jarvan takes it. He's on 6 kills right now, so I guess it all balances out.
Making it up very quickly.
Yeah, blue team actually made up for that because of the red team's mistake. Red team actually overstayed way too long and tanked the tower not properly because they were switching targets way too much and their main damage dealers were tanking the tower. Like their ADC was tanking the tower.
That's why were mitigated and the kill on Lucian. You saw that DFG pop. That was scary. That was overkill in my opinion.
This is why I really don't like playing against Syndra. Come late game, or if she gets fed and it's over, but still, come late game, she has that farm to, build up her items like the DFG and the Zhonya's. And
it's ridiculous.
I will actually come up and say that DFG pop was completely overkill.
Yeah, it was, but
the start of the Invincible Rengar, the hemorrhage actually comes out from Syndra, but is that going to be anything to stop? Oh, and Syndra doesn't pop it out in time. Jarvan speaks Doom.
No, Sivir, no.
Sivir won't die. Sivir
takes the kill on Vladimir at the end, though. But that does not stop Vladimir from taking a double kill, and that's 2 for 2. Are they gonna go for Dragon right now? Yeah, Jace is.
But that Jace is
feeling Dragon.
Big. That Peg Striker really helping him against Vlad.
Exactly.
I think he will finish his ball.
Ooh, and the jukes coming out from.
That is the 4th dragon.
4th dragon, and now they are gonna have a lot of pushing power as well. Like,
I kind of thought he didn't have a splash there.
Yeah, 15% damage to minions and monsters right now from the 4th dragon that they got, and
ooh, that's the 4th dragon.
Yeah, that was the 4th dragon.
The next dragon is gonna make them Super Saiyan.
The aspect of the dragon will be
the 5th dragon buff is actually something that you should not give to any team. It's really as potent as a Baron buff, if not
it's
more.
More potent than a Baron buff.
It's actually better. I mean, that is crazy.
It actually is, better than the Baron buff right now because every single bonus that they get gets amplified, and you get a permanent burn damage as well. So,
that is called Super Saiyan buff, is what I like to call it.
And think about this: 5th dragon buff along with Baron Nashor buff. Think of the pushing power that blue team will get if they manage to secure both objectives.
You don't even need to build items at that point.
Well,
no, that's overstating it. That's overstating it.
Guys, I was overstating it. I was just saying
because it's all percentage damage, dude. If you don't have any base stats to, build those percentages up on, no, some people might actually believe that you don't need items, or you might get advantages from the dragon.
Who wouldn't build
advantage
items,
gained from. No, man.
Well, there are gullible people in India.
Yeah,
true.
And in Bangladesh as well. But
yeah,
the thing is,
of course.
But the thing is, you do need items because all of these bonuses are percentage bonuses, and percentage bonuses act well if you have good base stats to back them up. So as you are ahead, more percentage damage and more percentage increases and buffs will actually be better.
Caught out at the bottom. That is immediate death.
What are you doing?
Rengar going into the Morgana, not enough damage to deal. Exhaust going down.
Great
Meanwhile,
strategic effort coming
Havoc.
up from Zed, and we're gonna see Zendra taking on almost everybody. The ult while Zhonya'd. That was a very flashy move.
Do you guys think this is GG?
I guess so. Vlad does get picked off, and Sivir and Jace both are alive, and they are the ones who are dealing the most damage. Jace wants to go in for this, but the movement speed, the base movement speed from Lucian is way too much for Jace to even catch up. But this will be an inhibitor, and I guess they want to go back.
They're gonna push top as well.
Guys, shout out! Lucian's one of the slowest champions in the game.
However, you did see that Jace, even with his movement speed hammer form, could not catch up to Lucian.
Exactly. What he should have done is actually go a little bit range and then hit it in closer. And we see the snare coming in.
You need to keep in
But
mind
is there gonna be
Lucian
a...
does have a static shift.
Lucian does have a static shift, exactly. Alright, so right now, we're gonna see the red team trying to hold on to whatever they can get. Well, we're probably gonna see a Baron attempt coming up from... Well, probably not.
No,
not
we're
yet.
not. We're not. I think
We're not.
So they are going to play it safe and back off, because if they go in for a Baron buff, they risk, you know, getting initiated on by Vlad.
They're going in for this.
Ooh,
They're
they're gonna risk
happen.
initiating themselves.
They're gonna make something happen here.
Or not, or maybe they might. And they're going to make something happen out of that.
Oh, what?
And that was a
Vine
beautiful
is
snare.
completely misses right there.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
this is going to be a
He's
dead
scary
Anivia
now.
right
Oh, the
here right now.
angle.
Also
No,
a dead
no,
Rengar, but
no,
Vlad
no.
does come in.
Death, death,
He doesn't
death.
have his ult, but a lot of damage coming in
Damage.
right now.
Sivir dead. And
Sivir
Damage.
is
actually
way
survives
too
that
far in
fight.
right now. The EQ coming in, but Zanya is going to
Turn
land.
back.
Meanwhile, Rengar going for an attempted assassination does get him, and now Jace is going in.
Syndra will be... Oh, and she...
Oh, that
Meanwhile,
was pretty
here's
nice.
the battle of the junglers right now. Rengar versus J4. I guess Rengar should duel this, as he's the stronger duelist
Wow,
right
I
now.
missed a lot.
Oh!
The
Just
EQ
missing.
doesn't
But they
land,
will
but
get
this
the
is going to
inhibitor,
be
which
a
is like
second
nothing they
inhibitor
can
from
do
Blue
about
Team.
this.
Wow, pretty much almost everybody's gone down. It's just Nami and Rengar for red and Jarvan and Jace for blue. And they're just gonna
That was
make
a
their way
crazy
back.
fight right there. Sivir going in way too deep
Exactly.
into the enemy team.
All over
I'm
And
pretty sad that I
Syndra,
missed all that.
yeah, and Syndra also got killed by Lucian, while Lucian also killed her in return. I guess that was because of the ultimate, you know, like letting loose after she died, and that's something that Riot has to fix. I mean that once you kill a Syndra in lane, but she has channeled her ultimate, like casted already, even if she dies, the ultimate's still gonna hit you with full force. And I guess, you know, it's a bit overpowered in that sense, because
No,
you
I
don't
guess
get
it
the
makes
fair
sense
treatment.
because the damage literally comes up from the orbs in the game right now.
Yeah, but she creates new
Yeah, but
orbs
like,
as
think
well.
about it. If you're playing against Orianna, and Orianna starts her shockwave, but she dies, it doesn't happen.
True.
Yeah,
I guess they
so
should change
that's-
that instead of change the Syndra ult, even though I'm not a Syndra player myself.
Well, Syndra's pretty overpowered and overtuned, if I say so for myself, because her
she
damage
definitely
potential
is.
is just
I
way too
am so
absurd.
afraid
Her
of
wave clear,
Syndra.
her long range stun, that is pretty, you know, broken for an AP champion, and she
It
scales
is.
so well with AP.
He scales incredibly well with that AP. As we can see, she has all the 3 needlessly large rod items. She's got Zanya's Hourglass, Rabadon's Death Cap, and the DFG. She
At
does
this
not need to
point-
build anything anymore.
At this point, she doesn't even need the DFG to kill Lucian.
Yeah, I know. I remember, like, just a while back, I told you the DFG on Lucian was just an overkill.
Yeah, combined with that Rabadon's death cap,
I guess
I'm
Syndra was
pretty
just
sure
looking
they're
for,
gonna,
like,
you know,
swag
wreck
points or
them.
something.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
pretty-
you can use the DFG on Vlad, and if Vlad is unable to use the Zanyas in time, Vlad's gonna get bursted as well in 2-3 seconds.
And I disconnected
That
again.
is one of the most annoying things about Vlad, though, that once he gets an Hourglass, he's invulnerable for too much time.
Yeah, he can
Damn,
just use
that
the
doing
pool,
so
the
much
Zanyas.
damage.
Yeah,
Ugh.
late game Vlad does a lot of damage, and his power spikes are, you know, incredibly strong. And as I said, like, Vlad ult synergizes so well with the Anivia ult because of the damage amplification that you just need to land the 2 ults and, you know, play safe and deal damage, poking away with the Anivia ulti, slowing down the enemy
Oh,
team.
Super doing some serious
Guys,
damage.
what happened? I can't
feel
spectate your
like
game
And-
anymore.
If the junglers here were swapped,
Yeah.
it would be, like, really bad.
Yeah,
Like, for one
guys.
team.
Also, they took their 5th dragon, so they are pretty much unstoppable at
missed
this
Super
point.
Saiyan.
Aspects of the dragon.
Guys,
5 dragons right now.
I can't join the game anymore. This is awkward. Okay. Alright, then
But
you
now-
guys take it from here. I guess I'm signing out for a while. See you guys.
Gold beans.
Cool beans.
Buddy disconnected from your channel.
Alright, so blue team has secured their 5th dragon right now, and they're gonna have a ton of pushing power. And I guess the
I
pushing
think-
power is pretty much
Do you think they're
redundant at
going
this
for
point.
Baron?
Yeah, they might be going for Baron as well because they want they want even more pushing power,
They are
I
going
guess,
for
but
They
it
are
will be
going for- they're going
redundant.
for the finish. They want to
Yeah,
end
it's
this
kind
game.
of redundant, dude, because you
Oh,
see
Syndra
that
is in too deep.
Rengar gets insta-bursted, I guess, by Syndra. J4 going in for J4 going under the ult, doing a lot of damage on the Nami. Vlad has to force out, lands the ultimate only on the J4. Jace comes in, misses the Q. The double kill from Sivir coming in, the movement speed. Yeah, this is going to be GG. They are going to secure the kill on the Nami and then go in for the end. Sivir's going to take down the middle inhibitor. No, I guess not. They're going to go straight for it as there is already a super minion lined up at the top tier turret. And this is game.
What better
A
way
very
to end
dominant
the game with
display.
both the aspect of the dragon and the Baron buff?
Yeah, I guess this was a really dominant display from the blue team despite few minor setbacks coming because of the Vladimir and his great initiations, but in the end, blue team was way too far out. You know, they had way too big of an advantage to even, you know, for red team to come back into this game.
Honestly, I have to commend the blue team here because I honestly expected the red team to be taking this one.
Yeah, they actually, you know, got control of the game from the early game.
Yeah, they
almost lost
outdid
control.
themselves.
Almost lost control of it in the mid game because of that Vlad initiation. However, they capitalized on red team's mistake really, really well, and that's how they, you know, won the game.